So then guys, a big question out there is what's going on with the normal iMac? Are we going to get an iMac M5 before the end of 2025 or even into 2026? Well, today I want to tell you about the latest on leaks and rumors and all the upgrades and features we're going to get with the new iMac M5. But to begin with, where are we currently with the iMac? So we got the introduction of the current design of the iMac we have right now back in 2021 with the M1 chipset inside of it. It came with a 24-inch display inside of it, or 23.5-inch display. It is super thin and it is a great device to have at your home. It comes in multiple different colors and there's also two versions that you can pick from it. You can pick a binned version of the CPU and GPU, or you can pick a full fat version of it, and obviously with that you get an Ethernet connectivity. You also get Thunderbolt connectivity on all the USB-C ports, and overall it is a great device to actually have on your desk. But soon after that, a couple of years later, we got the M3 iMac, and that also came with just an update to the chip. But then at the end of 2024 we also got the M4 iMac, and with that the colors also got a little bit more sharper with it. We also got the updated USB-C keyboard and mouse with this too. But looking towards the next generation of the iMac, what kind of changes are we going to see here? The first question you're probably going to ask is, what about design changes? Is anything going to happen here? Well, I'm going to say this, that probably nothing is going to change. There's not going to be an update in the display. There isn't going to be an update in, say, the screen size even. Maybe we might get a few extra new colors potentially, but overall, really nothing else is really going to change with the iMac in its actual design for the next generation. But where there will be a change is all to do with the chipset and also the amount of storage that you get inside of the iMac. So do remember, right now we do have the M4 iMac, and there's two versions of this. There's the bin down version, what's missing a couple of CPU cores and GPU cores, but there's also the full fat version, I like to call it, what actually has the 10-core CPU, or 6 efficiency cores and 4 performance cores, and then also the 10-core GPU as well inside of that. And also all the iMacs are equipped with 16 gigabytes of RAM as of the M4, and you also get 256 gigabytes of storage as the baseline version. But for the next generation, probably what we're going to see is with that M5 chipset, we could actually get an increase in GPU cores. Now, the main reason why I say that is because with the current version, that obviously with the M4, this was the first time we got an increase in CPU cores this time round. Remember that it was from the M2 all the way up to the M4 that we've actually had the likes of, say, you know, an 8-core CPU, or even the M1 also got that as well. This was the first increase up to a 10-core, but the GPU hasn't been increased ever since the M2 series. The M1 came with an 8-core CPU and 8-core GPU. Then we got the likes of the 10-core GPU, M2, M3, and M4. So it's more than likely that the M5 could actually be pushed up to a 12-core GPU this time, what would be great news to hear. So that's what we'd get there, but then most likely, like I said, the CPU would still actually just be a 10-core version with its 6 efficiency cores and 4 performance cores. Now, the next question you're going to be asking is, what about, say, RAM amount? What will happen there? Well, I believe this is not going to change anytime soon, because Apple just updated their baseline amount of RAM to be 16 gigabytes with the M4, so I don't see any increases there. It's probably going to be 16 for a good few generations here. So this is probably the same offering that we've had before. There will be a 16, a 24, and a 32 gigabyte option that you'll be able to pick there. Now, for storage, things could change here. You get 256 gigabytes of storage, and to be honest, that is not really that good in 2025, and even as we go into 2026. So potentially what we could actually see there is an increase. So we could actually start at 512 gigabytes of storage this time around, and obviously that will probably still get configured up to, say, 2 terabytes if you wanted to pick that. So there will be the incremental kind of amounts that you could actually pick there for your iMac. But really guys, nothing else in the kind of design or anything like that is probably going to change. Performance wise, we'll probably see around about a 25% increase overall with everything. So this is combining the CPU, GPU and NPU all together, and that's what you'll probably get there. But don't expect any other big kind of changes, like I said. But just quickly, guys, I want to tell you about the channel giveaway that we're doing right here, and it's for an iPad Pro M4. And this iPad Pro M4 is no ordinary iPad. In fact, it's actually been spec'd up for this giveaway. What we've actually got inside of this, we've got a 13-inch display. Then we've also got a 1 terabyte storage built into this. So that means then, if you know anything about this, it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, and also, as I like to say, it's got the full fat M4. So it has got a 10-core CPU, and it's also got the 10-core GPU inside of it. Combined with that 16 gigabytes of RAM, also that 1 terabyte of storage, also iPadOS 26 coming out very soon. You can imagine this is going to be great for one of you guys out there, because I'm giving it away on this international giveaway. Now, all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is quite easy. There's 2 steps. The first step right now is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it's going to be a new iPad, maybe it's going to be a new iPhone, it's going to be a new Mac, maybe it's got nothing to do with Apple whatsoever, maybe it could be a Nintendo Switch 2 or something else completely different. Just let me know in the comments below. Now, the other part of the giveaway, that's going to be happening near the end of September time. Now, the reason why the end of September time is because when I'll be giving away this actual iPad Pro. And what you need to do is look out for a video that will be coming out around that time, giving you more details about the actual giveaway. And in that, there will be a form to fill into, and also when I'll be telling you when I'll be doing the live stream to give away this iPad Pro. So you won't want to miss out on that. So the best thing that you can do right now is make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. So yeah, you don't want to miss out on that video. Plus, you also want to be a subscriber, because obviously I'm giving this away to 1 lucky subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you is that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, turning to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best to see right here. Please do report them. So, moving on from this then, what about the release date and price for the next generation of the iMac? When's it coming out, and how much will it cost us to buy? Well, let's start with the release date. We've been told already that most likely in 2025, we're not really probably going to get any new Macs with an M5. What we will see is an update to the iPad Pro with having an M5 chip inside of it, because by that time, come around about October time, it's been about 18 months since we have an update to the iPad Pro. Then also the Vision Pro may also get an M5 chip upgrade inside of it. But it's 2026 when the rest of sort of Apple's lineup of devices are going to get that. And we've actually had this other leak in right here telling us that the likes of that other devices are coming in springtime. But as you can see here, the iMac is not mentioned whatsoever. We've got other devices, but not the iMac. And there is the potential that Apple could skip out upgrading the iMac altogether. Remember, we've had this in the past. We had the M1 iMac, we had no M2 iMac, but we did actually have the M3 and the M4, so Apple could be cutting this out completely together to go straight to M6. The other scenario is that come, say, summertime, we could actually see an update to the iMac with having the M5 inside of it. Remember, this list, what you can see in this leak, is only giving us up to the end of sort of springtime, the early part of 2026. So at the moment, it's a bit 50-50 if we're either going to get an iMac M5, or if we are, you're going to be have to waiting around about just under a year from now, the earliest when we're actually going to get one. Now, for the actual pricing of the iMac when it comes out, or if it comes out with the M5 inside of it, most likely it's going to stick around the same sort of pricing that we have right now with the M4 iMac, and that starts at $1,299 US for this. So more than likely the price will stay exactly the same as long as tariffs do not interfere with other Apple products and things like this. We'll see that obviously in the springtime. Obviously it affects like MacBooks and other things, because obviously I think that's when we'll know if the iMac will be affected by this pricing or tariffs and things like this. But obviously in other parts of the world, the iMac is different prices, and depending on import fees, taxes and whatnot. Obviously, the prices do get affected there too. But really, guys, that is the latest and greatest we have on the iMac. Are you excited for it? Are you going to be getting the next generation? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, when you hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.